You and I have both experienced that pain. You strive for your justice, and I strive for mine.
And what's going on, Read My Lips people? We are back. Back like we ain't never left, baby. So, there's always something going on. There's always something going on in this world of politics. Let me tell you, it doesn't end. This time around, we got our boy Yang suing New York. I know it's what a crazy title, right? Yang sues New York. But we're gonna delve deeper into it because there's more to the story than if you just hear that title, Yang sues New York, which is how a lot of people are presenting it. But let me tell you what's actually going on. Let me give you the tea. So Andrew Yang sues over New York's shutdown of presidential primary. So Andrew Yang, the former presidential candidate, is suing the New York State Board of Elections in federal court after the State Election Commission effectively canceled the Democratic presidential primary there. Yang, along with 7 New Yorkers who filed to serve as Yang's delegates to the Democratic National Convention, filed suit on Monday, arguing that they should not be removed because they had otherwise met the requirements to be on the ballot. The decision to remove Yang denies voters due process and denies voters the right to vote, and therefore must be invalidated, removing the authority for the defendant to take the actions complained of herein, reads the lawsuit. The lawsuit notes that neither Yang nor the delegate candidates asked to be removed from the ballot. The New York State Boards of Elections officially canceled the presidential primary on Monday when 2 Democratic commissioners voted to strip every candidate except former Vice President Joe Biden off the ballot because they were no longer actively seeking the presidency. So let's stop for a second. They did the same thing to Sanders too. They're pretty much telling you, you have to vote for Biden. Didn't I just get on this? This is what I keep railing about. This is exactly what I keep railing about. They're trying to take away, there are people that can't swallow that Biden pill. They're like, I'm not going to do it. So I'm going to vote Andrew Yang. Or, look, I know Bernie suspended his campaign, but I'm going to vote Sanders. They're like, no. You will vote Biden. The people have a right to vote for who they want to vote for. You can't force people to cast a ballot for who you want them to cast it for. And they're betting on, they're like, you guys hate Donald Trump, so you're not going to sit this one out. Swallow the pill and vote for fucking Biden. It's in your face. It's in your face. Now, here's the difference between Sanders and Yang. Sanders isn't happy about it, but his knee is so bent that he's not taking any actions. I don't like this. I don't approve of it, but it is what it is. Yang's like, screw that noise. I'm taking you to court.
I'll see you in court.
Court, huh? There's a ball in the hoop out back. We can go now, sucker.
Dude, if people want to cast a vote for someone else, they should be allowed to. Who do you think you are? To take everyone's name off, we're just going to leave Biden. We're just going to leave. You have to cast a vote for Biden. Man. But anything that may look like it can hurt Joe Biden in any way, shape, or form, they're trying to destroy it. They don't want anybody to cast a vote for anybody else. Don't cast a vote for Yang. Don't cast a vote for Sanders. Don't cast a vote. It has to be Joe Biden. So this is ridiculous. And Yang absolutely should take them to court. And I actually have some more info for you. The move infuriated supporters of Senator Bernie Sanders in particular. Sanders, like Yang, has also suspended his campaign, but publicly said he wished to remain on the ballot for the remaining primaries so he can continue to be awarded delegates to sway the national convention. The suit filed by Yang also argued that axing the Democratic presidential primary would hurt down-ballot candidates. The lawsuit argued that canceling the presidential primary would be suppressing voter turnout, as voters will have less incentive to vote if they cannot cast a vote for the highest office in the land, and thereby negatively impact challenger candidates. I can't believe they actually tried to do this. I mean, I can believe it because they're all shitty, but the nerve. So, look, I am 100% in support of what Yang is doing. What are they thinking? And I mean, he would win. I can't see how he would lose this. I can't. You don't get to tell us who we can and can't cast a vote for. And then they wonder why voter turnout is so low. And then they wonder why people tap out of politics. They wonder why. And then they try to shame people. Stop trying to force somebody down. It's like, you can't force Joe Biden on us. Stop it. Absurd. So, yeah, I had to comment on that because it's pretty big. It's pretty major. And I think Yang will win this. It's just the nerve of these people. So, Yang sues over New York's shutdown of the presidential primary. That's the first news I have for you. The second news I have for you is Stacey Abrams is getting a lot of backlash. She's getting some backlash, baby. And she's been recently being touted as a possible pick for Biden's VP. I commented on that before. I said I really didn't have a feeling about Abrams. I didn't like her. I didn't dislike her. She just existed. But she's commented on the Tara Reade situation, and to make a long story short, she believes Joe Biden.
I believe that women deserve to be heard, and I believe that they need to be listened to. But I also believe that those allegations have to be investigated by credible sources. The New York Times did a deep investigation, and they found that the accusation was not credible. I believe Joe Biden. I believe that he is a person who has demonstrated that his love of family, his love of our community has been made perfectly clear through his work as a congressional leader and as an American leader. I know Joe Biden, and I think that he is telling the truth and that this did not happen.
So, Stacey Abrams on Tuesday night defended presumptive Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden when asked about sexual assault allegations from Tara Reade, a former Biden aide who had alleged that the then senator sexually assaulted her in a secluded part on Capitol Hill in 1993. I believe that women deserve to be heard, and I believe they need to be listened to. But I also believe that those allegations have to be investigated by credible sources. So far, we're on the same page. That's what I've been asking for. That's what I've been wanting. Is it to be investigated to the nth degree? I want it to be looked at, and I want it to be taken serious in every way, shape, and form. That's all I've been asking for. That's all I've been wanting. Without anybody having any preconceived notions. Right? Then she goes on to say, the New York Times did a deep investigation and they found that the accusation was not credible. I believe Joe Biden. False. False. If anything, it's looking like she is actually incredibly credible. What are you talking about? Seriously? You can't be serious right now. The New York Times did a deep investigation and found that the accusation was not credible. False. The Times, in the report that Abrams referenced, said that the newspaper found no pattern of sexual misconduct by Mr. Biden, but didn't come to a conclusion on the credibility of Reade's allegations. In 2019, Reade was one of several women who came forward and said that Biden publicly touched them and made them feel uncomfortable. Last month, she alleged for the first time that Biden had assaulted her. Linda Lacasse, I hope I'm saying your name right. A former neighbor of Reade said earlier this week that she recalled Reade recounting the story of the alleged assault to her at the time. Reade's brother, Colin Moulton, had previously said that she told him that Biden had his hand under her clothes at some point. Biden's campaign has vigorously denied Reade's allegations, but the former vice president has not addressed them. Senator Gillibrand on Tuesday also defended Biden. Gillibrand then goes on to say, it's an allegation. That is what Tara Reade has done. She has come forward, she has spoken, and they have done an investigation in several outlets. Those investigations, Vice President Biden has called for himself. Vice President Biden has vehemently denied these allegations, and I support Vice President Biden. So, look, they're all going to fall in line. There's just a lot of hypocrisy, especially with like somebody like Alyssa Milano. She's probably the biggest hypocrite of them all. But they're all going to fall in line. The women and the men, they're all going to fall in line. The bigger picture to them right now is defeating Donald Trump. Everything else takes a backseat. Takes a backseat. If this wasn't the Democratic nominee, if this was any other guy, if this was some corporate guy, if this was some CEO, if this was anybody else besides Joe Biden right now, they'd be all over this person like white on rice. They would be obliterating this person, probably unfairly. They would be obliterating this person, but because it's Joe Biden, because it's handsy Uncle Joe, they're kind of they're taking it on the chin and they're pushing forward.
Now is the time to heed the timeless advice from Teddy Roosevelt. Speak softly and carry a big stick. End of quote. I promise you, the president has a big stick.
They are not going to let this thing stop them from trying to dethrone Donald Trump. They're just not. They're not. And if you expect otherwise, then you haven't been paying attention. Yeah, for somebody knee deep into this political sphere that they're in, that Gillibrand's in, that Abrams in, for them to come out and say something other than what they've been saying would be incredibly brave. Look, you're allowed to believe who you want to believe. You're allowed to believe. If you want to believe Joe Biden, you believe Joe Biden. But don't give us fake facts. Don't say the New York Times has done investigating and they don't find Tara Reade's allegations credible. They never said that. Ridiculous, but not surprising. So, look, how will this affect Abrams? I don't know. People are weird. There's some people that'll see this, and they'll say, "Yeah, I'm done with you, Abrams. I'm done." And there's some people that'll see this and be like, "Whatever, I believe Biden too anyway, so I'm just gonna keep pushing forward with Stacey Abrams, Joe Biden, 2020." All I've been asking for is somebody to do a decent investigation and just to take it serious. It just needs to be taken serious. And please understand that Trump is going to hammer Biden on this. A lot of people are going to say that's hypocrisy at its finest. Trump has had allegations against him as well, and you're right. But those things haven't stopped Trump before. He's unique in the sense that he's a liar. He's obviously a hypocrite. But he has a way of maneuvering through those things and blinding people. It's really weird. Almost impressive. So yeah, you do with that information what you will as far as Stacey Abrams goes. But yeah, Yang suing people. Abrams believes Biden. If you like what you see, if you like what you hear, please like, comment, and subscribe. Just hit thrust that like button. I'd really appreciate it. If you don't, let me know in the comment section why. I'm always down to talk about it. I have a Cash App, a PayPal, and a Venmo link in the description below. Please feel free to donate to the channel. Every little bit helps. Hopefully I'll be talking to you guys soon. Have a good one. Peace.